pollution is defined as a contamination of the natural environment, which ultimately results in detrimental alterations to both biotic and abiotic aspects of a community. Among the various consequences of pollution are acid rain, global warming, ozone depletion, and threats to wildlife. Additionally, pollution significantly impacts human health, contributing to a range of serious conditions, including cancer, cardiovascular disease, respiratory illnesses, diabetes mellitus, and obesity, as well as disorders affecting reproductive, neurological, and immune systems.
According to the guidelines established by the World Health Organization, or WHO, air quality in the Philippines is deemed moderately unsafe. In 2020, the country's average air quality levels were recorded at more than twice the WHO's recommended threshold, and a report published in 2020 by the Greenpeace Southeast Asia and the Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air, or also known as CREA, indicated that air pollution resulting from the combustion of fossil fuels, primarily coal, oil, and gas, accounts for an estimated 27,000 premature deaths annually in the Philippines, and it contributes to the economic losses equivalent to 1.9% of the nation's GDP each year.
As of 2010, 984 river basins were considered to be experiencing water scarcity based on traditional estimates of water quantity. However, when the impact of nitrogen pollution was taken into account, these numbers surged to over 2,500 basins.
Looking ahead to 2050, under a worst-case pollution scenario, the researchers projected that more than 3,000 river sub-basins could face clean water scarcity, affecting an additional 40 million square kilometers, approximately 15.4 million square miles of basin area. This scenario has the potential to impact 3 billion more people, in contrast to the estimated 2 billion affected by water scarcity related solely to water quantity in 2010.
As evident, pollution yields no positive outcomes. This reality is widely recognized as we already navigate our daily lives in a heavily polluted environment. For instance, the food we consume, particularly those purchased from local eateries and roadside stalls, is frequently exposed to air pollutants emitted by vehicles. Hence, several health risks may arise due to the accumulation of harmful substances on the food surface. Potential diseases and health issues may include asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, as well as cardiovascular conditions such as heart disease and hypertension.
Surrounding pollution can contaminate fruits and vegetables with harmful substances like heavy metals, pesticides, or airborne pollutants. This actually can lead to health risks for consumers, reducing their trust in the safety of the produce and impacting sales. Farmers and sellers may face financial losses as demand drops and the need for additional quality testing or certification also increases. Polluted environments can also reduce the yield and quality of crops, further affecting supply. Furthermore, areas wherein landfills are located often release noxious odors and harmful gases which degrade air quality and adversely impact the health and well-being of surrounding communities.
But despite the grim reality of our world nearing irreversible destruction, a consequence largely of our own actions, there remains a glimmer of hope. In 2023, the Philippines enacted a significant national law aimed at enhancing the legal framework for addressing plastic pollution. Known as the Extended Producer Responsibility or EPR law, this legislation mandates mandatory EPR for businesses with assets exceeding 100 million peso. while also encouraging smaller enterprises to voluntarily engage in the program.
Central to the EPR framework is the polluter pay principle, which requires producers of plastic packaging to assume full responsibility for the entire life cycle of their products, including waste management. Consequently, entities that introduce plastic packaging into the Philippine market are obligated to cover the cost with waste prevention, cleanup, and recovery initiatives.
On a global scale, various countries are actively pursuing initiatives to mitigate pollution. Additionally, a collaborative effort between the World Health Organization and the Climate and Clean Air Coalition is facilitating a citywide assessment of the health benefits associated with adopting a more sustainable transportation, waste management, and household energy systems.
While the global initiatives aimed at addressing pollution and climate change may appear encouraging, their effectiveness is contingent upon the collective cooperation of all inhabitants of the planet. Without comprehensive participation from every individual, we risk losing the battle against the escalating consequences of pollution and climate change. It is imperative that all members of society, regardless of social class, race, or nationality, engage in the necessary actions to achieve this long-term objective. Ultimately, every individual has been impacted by and has suffered from the adverse effects of pollution. Therefore, we face a critical choice, either to continue living recklessly, which could result in irreversible devastation, or to cultivate the discipline required to address these issues now, thereby safeguarding both our well-being and the health of future generations.